Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a shot-by-shot breakdown for the final trailer of Stranger Things 3 on Netflix. So, if you guys have not checked out my reaction to this trailer, I highly recommend you do that. It is available on my channel and it'll probably be in the cards up above at some point during this video. So, there's a lot to talk about, but honestly, I don't think there's as much to break down in this trailer as there was in the last trailer. Mainly because even though they're giving a lot of intense shots, there's not as much given away in the shots or as much to theorize about, if that makes any sense at all. But what there is, and there is still a lot, we are going to talk about, and I am very ready. Hopefully this shot by shot will not be an hour long like my last one. That's the goal. But if you want to check out my shot by shot for the first trailer they released about like 2 or 3 months ago, that's very detailed. I bet you I caught things that you did not catch. You can check out that also. But right now we're gonna do this one. Very exciting stuff. And there's a lot to go through. It's gonna be a good time. You know, it's so weird because you think about it and it's like, it's so close, but it feels like it's been so far away for so long, you know? And it's just crazy. So let's start. Okay, so with the first things I want to point out is that we didn't see a lot of Lucas. We didn't see a lot of the fun summer vibe that the first trailer kind of showed off. And as much as like their normal lives. Mainly what we saw, very similarly to the second trailer for season 2 that they released, it's much more intense, much more climax antagonist driven, which is very exciting. But don't forget there's also going to be a huge like summer of love, fun summer vibe for the first few episodes. I still think there's a lot from the final climax that they're not showing us. Deep breath. But there's a lot to see and it's very exciting. We did not see as much of Mayor Klein, although we did see a bit more of Robin. Some of the new characters we saw a bit more of, and it's exciting. So I love some of the pairings that we saw, so let's get into this and we'll talk about it. And from Stranger Things fan to Stranger Things fan, we will break this down and it'll be great. Okay, so we start off with an image that we saw in the first trailer. The Mayor Klein presents the fun fair, which is just epic marketing if you ask me. So this fair, I've been trying to figure out when in the series it takes place, but we can refer to outfits that we see throughout the last trailer and throughout this trailer to kind of piece it together. It seems like this fair is going to be taking place along the climax of the film, so I would say episode 6, 7, or 8. Purely because of what they're wearing, although we know from things like season 1 and 2 that they sometimes like one day is stretched into a few episodes, so we'll see how that goes. But very exciting. It looks like a lot of fun. A lot of things are doing fairs now. I just saw Toy Story 4 this month and they had a fair. Shazam had a fair, or like carnival. It will have a fair, although that's in the book. This has a fair. Just a lot has a fair. It's like the thing now and I love it because it's so colorful and fun. This shot was in the last trailer as well. It's this, I'm gonna call it the Scoop Squad, because if you look at the official soundtrack by Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein that was released as they do for the other ones, it's gonna be a lot of fun to break down that entire soundtrack, but they have a song called the Scoop Squad and I'm assuming this is the Scoop Squad and I fully support it. All right, so they're just looking on. I feel like, so later in the trailer, there's Dustin saying code red, code red, code red over the walkie-talkie, and I think this is them joining everyone in the climax. I think they weren't there while he's saying that over the walkie-talkie. We'll go over this more later, but I think this is when they finally get there and they're watching something that's happening because they look, so it's weird because Dustin looks terrified, Steve looks, I don't even know what Steve looked like, interested, and then Erica and Robin, like they just have very different looks on their face. So, I don't know, everyone like very different reactions to whatever's happening. But you can see some lights flashing, so obviously something big is going on. Next we have the gang. This is interesting because these outfits are from the climax of the film, like the final 2 episodes, I'd say, and we haven't seen a lot of them in these outfits, which is interesting, I guess. But I love the braids on Max, and I just think it's cool. So they're in Hopper and Elle's cabin right now, but Elle is channeling something, and this is the same. In the last trailer, they had her in front of a bunch of Eggos with a 4th of July, like a American flag thing, doing this exact thing, and I'm pretty sure she was in this outfit. I am sure that she was in this outfit for that. So I'm wondering who she's trying to access or find throughout this. Is she looking for the other numbers? Like, does she need Kali's help? I don't know how Kali could help in this situation, but it's interesting. It's interesting. I love seeing her do that, though, and Enter the Void. It's always so much fun. This is crazy. We're at a place we have not visited in the prior seasons of Stranger Things, and this giant upside down storm is happening. Well, there's a voiceover from Billy's character talking about how they let them in and now they're going to have to let them stay. But I think it's really interesting that we haven't seen this set before in Hawkins, this area of Hawkins, and so it's cool to see what potentially is going on there. But it's, I mean, I can't wait to find out. Moving on, this is a glimpse from season 2 where she closed the gate and she's saying, "I thought I closed the gate," and it does look like she shut the thing out, although we do see at the end of season 2 that it's still there and lurking over them. Now we're at the antenna thing that they built in the last trailer that we saw them building when Dustin first got home, and this is when it seems like they're noticing the things happening at the Starcourt Mall. There we go. So I think this is when Dustin calls on the walkie-talkie saying code red, code red, code red, because he's noticing this happening at the Starcourt and he's not aware that they're there. And then they go to the Starcourt and then they find out that they're there, which is what happened very similarly in season 2 when Dustin, Steve, Max and Max and Lucas were trying to hunt the Demodogs, trying to find Dart, and they noticed that something was happening at the lab, that all the Demodogs went to the lab, and so they went there, and then everyone's paths converged there, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen at the Starcourt Mall in this season. Very exciting. How can people in the town must notice this going on. Oh, and here's my son, Will Byers, watching a movie, very innocent. I wonder what movie they're going to be watching. That's very exciting. I'm going to have to look at what movies came out around the time of July 4th. But it's very strange that he keeps touching the back of his neck. I'm wondering why that is. Does he have powers? Can he feel the monster? Kind of like, is it like a sixth sense kind of deal? I really want them to go into Will Byers' character more than they have, and not just the supernatural upside down stuff that he has to deal with. Like, he's this poor boy. Like, I honestly think I'm going to make an entire video about Will Byers because he's so fascinating, and he has not gotten the chance to be explored like as a person as much as the other characters, that he still shines as someone so unique and interesting. And I really want to know what's going to be happening with him this season. Noah Schnapp has said that the monster's still lingering in him, like he's not completely right, and that's very interesting, but I still want to see what's going on. And this neck touching thing that he does like 3 times in the trailer is very interesting. And then he's saying he's finally talking to 11, which is so amazing. They're finally talking to each other, and these kids are like, Noah Schnapp and Millie Bobby Brown are best friends in like real life, so it's awesome. They have a scene together where one of them's like not unconscious, you know, and it's great. So they're like a power duo. They could be related one day if Chopper works out. So I'm excited to see them talking to each other. It's really awesome. But he's saying, what if we locked them out here with us, which is such an interesting concept. And then we have the rats converging over here at these steelworks, which reminds me so much of It. Oh, it's the ironworks in It, but this is steelworks, and I think why is Billy hanging out here though? Like, is he hanging out here before he gets possessed? I don't know. So this is the upside down. It kind of looks like a piece of, yeah, I forgot. So this is, at the end of season 2, we see when Will gets possessed, it flies away. And Nancy watches it go out into the distance. This is definitely it, and it's grown. So it's interesting to see what has happened over the year, because when they shut the upside down out, they didn't like kill the vines and everything that had grown within Hawkins. They didn't, at least they didn't show that. And obviously that piece of that was of the mind flayer that was possessed, the shadow monster, and got away, obviously found Billy. But like it's beautiful, and the rats are, I don't know what the rats have to do with it, but that was the shadow monster almost like looking Billy in the eyes. And here we see him being possessed, and we see a shot of him from the back later, but this is him. And then we see as proof it's like they save the voiceover that like they need to find a new host and right over Billy, so obviously he's a new host. But just to confirm it, we have this shot of his eye, which was also in the last trailer. I feel like a lot of us have known that Billy's going to be some form of monster in this season. Dacre Montgomery, the actor, has hinted at it, and now we have proof that he's going to be the monster. Is he like an actual monster? Is he going to turn into the monster we see? No. But for now, he is the new host for the Mind Flayer, and a lot of this trailer is narrated through his voice, which is super interesting. Now this is crazy. Obviously, their little experiments are not going well. Is this a continuation of Hawkins' lab? Is it the government? I don't know. This does not look like any characters that we have seen before. Maybe the person on the left could be Mayor Klein, but I can't, who, fun fact, is the guy from Princess Bride, Wesley. But I don't think any of these 4 people are people that we've seen before that are like actual characters. I think they're red shirts, and I think they're about to die in whatever explosion is about to happen. So that sucks for them. But they look scared. I feel bad. Those are nice suits though. And then this is beautiful because we don't see stuff like this a lot in Stranger Things. It's a completely new, first of all, they're at the ocean, or they're at Lake Michigan, I don't know. But like, they don't go to places like this in Stranger Things, and the cinematography and the color grading and everything looks completely different, but it's beautiful and I really like it. There are behind the scenes like filming shots of Millie Bobby Brown just like crying and screaming on the beach, and that's definitely from this scene. I will try to insert pictures of that, but it's interesting, and she's clearly seeing this giant storm coming, which is terrifying. And then we have this Arnold Schwarzenegger type character standing in front of Hopper's truck, and so I'm wondering, did he steal Hopper's truck? What is he doing? Why is he there? Like, it looks like they're trying to fix it up, like it broke down or something. Maybe he's the monster and he finds them at the shed because Hopper parked over there, and they, not the shed, he goes to the house, and that's where maybe, that was just a theory. Maybe, I called it here. That was just really random. It didn't have any proof to back it up, but I'm wondering what the heck this guy's purpose is. So he's obviously here. He's the one from the gunshot earlier. And we see Hopper fighting with him later in this trailer, but I'm very curious as to what the heck's that. It looks like he's like tracking someone, like the way he bends down, you know, when like people like pick something up or like look at a footprint and then they're like, oh, where'd they go? Like that dramatic thing. That's definitely what he's doing right now. But it looks like he could potentially be very close to Hopper and Elle's cabin, and that's not good. But it looks like there's grass back there too. So I don't know. Some things you just gotta wait until the series comes out, but he looks like a scary dude. Very Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay, we're back in the cabin. Mike, whatever happens, we have to stop it, except I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna die in that process. No, I don't think a lot of people are gonna die, but I think at least one character is gonna die. Like a major character, I mean. Which we said. We just had Nancy turning on a light, Jonathan getting an axe for, you know, whatever reason. what am I saying? Whatever reason. They're obviously gearing up for battle. Very exciting. She's gearing up. That looks like the rifle that Will used in the first episode of the series, and the one that she used in episode 8 of last season. We have Lucas getting ready for battle. Mike on his walkie-talkie. We have, oh my god, there's like a line of rocks. He put them in a line. I love it. And then we have Elle standing right there looking like she's doing something. I don't know, but he's getting ready. I love how they keep the wrist rocket in this series, but let's be honest with Lucas here. That's not going to stop a monster. I'm sorry. It's not going to do anything. Like, it'll just agitate it. Like a giant... That monster is so big. And the wrist rocket, I'm sorry, but it's not going to do much. I'm sorry, Lucas. Love the Burger King in the background. Later we see a JCPenney. I love it. This is a real mall that they film in. Okay, we have Max's shoulder on the side. Why do they keep looking up? Maybe the monster's just so big that it comes in from all angles. Jonathan, Lucas, Nancy, in their outfits from the climax, they're in the cabin. I'm just confused because what's happening? Jonathan's face is a little bit beat up. Jonathan has an axe, and I love that he finally has a weapon. Okay, now we have Billy. This is a reverse shot from earlier, and I think this is either when he gets possessed or after, and he's just like meeting up with the monster. So he's not the monster, because that's him and the monster in one shot. All right, solved. What is it, BuzzFeed Unsolved? We've solved it. Okay, so Will, Mike, 11, Lucas, Max is probably right behind 11. Or right in front of them talking to Billy. I don't know. This looks like they're in the middle school, which I'm fully okay with. No, actually, they'd be in high school now. It could be the high school, too. Or it could be the hospital. You never know. I don't know. It's hard to keep track, but we have not seen this room so far as I'm concerned. But if we have seen it, it looks like it'd be one of the schools. Because it looks really, it looks like the inside of the school. But I don't know. I don't know what they're watching. Like, but this is over Billy's narration. They all look terrified. I love how Murray is like still in this, but what the heck is he wearing? So, okay. This outfit that Joyce is wearing and the outfit that Hopper is wearing. Okay. We see Hopper in that outfit on, it's not the same shirt as the date, but this is the outfit he's wearing when he's like, I want you to feel like this can still be your home. And he's talking to Joyce, and she has the thing tied around her waist. She's wearing it. This is also the outfits they're wearing when they're holding hands, and later in the trailer. And this is also the outfits they're wearing when they're running through the carnival. So they're running through the carnival, and they're at the mall facing this big thing in the same episode. Very important. So, is this the 4th of July? Or is this... It's hard to tell. But I love the JCPenney reference. And I love that Maury Bauman is still in it. That's like awesome for him. Our kids are in danger. And then, so, shout out to the Wheeler family. And I love how they say they're going to kill everyone while they show Holly, like the most innocent person on this show. But we have Ted, Karen, and Holly Wheeler on the Ferris wheel together. Very cute, just a little shot to remind us that they exist. And these people have families. And then we see what I'm assuming is the monster knocking down some tree. The trees are moving. That's the name of a song from the soundtrack as it runs through. Mayor Klein, quick shot of him right there. Wait, that looks like Will. It's probably not Will. 99% is not Will, but that looks like Will in the corner right there. People riding rides at, that's not Will, at the, I just saw a bowl cut and I was like, Will? This is the hand-holding shot. Jopper confirmed. It was confirmed. Like, it's always been confirmed. We always knew it was going to happen, but I love it. It's so pure. They look like they're on like some sort of shaky territory. I'm going back. They're on some sort of like shaky territory. So either like the monster is just moving the ground that much, or I don't know. They're in something that can be shaken, like an elevator or a platform. I thought that was a spider and that was not okay. Okay, but it's not a spider, so it's okay. Okay, now we have these, the army. So like, okay, another thing. There's a theory out there. Shout out to someone I follow on Tumblr, but they're KP, I don't know her full name. It's KP something. But she has a theory that the military is going to take Will and Eleven at the end of this season, or Hawkins Lab or someone from them is going to like take them because Will's going to have powers, and like this whole theory. It's great. It's very interesting. And every time people from the cast keep saying that the ending is huge. And there's a lot of behind the scenes pictures of people in military garb, and Winona is wearing like a military jumpsuit, which we have not seen in any trailers or stills yet. But they're all there at the Starcourt Mall, and everyone's hugging each other, and I'm like so curious about what is happening. But maybe I'll make a whole video on that. But like, I also don't like to make theory videos that much because I don't like to be wrong. I only make a theory video if I'm absolutely sure about it. We'll see. We'll keep you posted, but subscribe if you want to see that. Okay, and let me know in the comments if you want to see that, if you want to hear me talk about that theory. But obviously I'm going to have to give credit to the person who gave a lot of, but I'll add my own things about it, because I don't agree with all of it, but I think it'd be really cool to talk about. And yeah, so these people from the military coming in to, this is not the Hawkins, okay, this is not Hawkins Lab unless they seriously redid it. And this is not the mall. So it's either like in the basement of the mall or it's some secret place. This is definitely where the lasers are, but I don't know where in Hawkins that is. If it's even in Hawkins, it definitely is. But it's, from what we've gotten, it's as of like unconfirmed. It's hard to tell where exactly they are, but there's someone new. There's somewhere new. And there's a lot of new places in this season. This could be like the bowels of the mall. That'd be really interesting. And now we have them, all of our little squad, the party, hiding out from the monster at a kiosk in a store. So that's interesting. Okay. We got some incredible acting going on. Look at that. Oh. And then I love this pairing shot because we have Joyce oh, we see her in the jumpsuit thing. There she is. We see her reaching for this button, this lever, to probably stop something. At the same time they do it's called like a match cut to 11 using her powers. And I love how we see Will and Mike just like watching. Look at that. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Byler, but it's amazing. My battery's gonna die. Oh no. I have to finish this. But guys, Byler's side is so interesting to see the comparisons of, I'm gonna make a whole video about that too. I'm just so excited about Mike and Elle and Will and Mike, and it's just the way that they parallel 11 and Will in their stories. They have even the same dialogue at sometimes. It is so crazy. Continuing. I love that they're just standing there watching her. Like, we can't do anything, but she's awesome. And I love this conversation between Hopper and Elle. It's so sweet. It's just so endearing and nice, and I love it. Then we have Steve. Don't know what that is, but clearly it's not something we want to touch. I think it has something to do with the lasers that they're shooting right here. That guy is going to die. All of these people are going to die, as we see in the other trailer. Didn't end well for them. Don't know what they're trying to do. And then this is also interesting because we have Erica and Dustin and the helicopters going into the Starcourt Mall. I'm assuming this is the military coming. And Hopper fighting. I'm starting to go really fast because I don't want my laptop to die. This is Steve Harrington's, this is Billy Hargrove's car going to the Starcourt Mall. You need to trust me. A little 11 moment out there. So cute. Them running. I'm assuming that was the hospital. It didn't look like the mall. It's definitely the hospital. Nancy and the monster having a nice face-to-face moment. That's sweet. She's not gonna die. Anyone who says that like Jonathan or Steve or Nancy or any of them are gonna die, they're not gonna die. Calm down. It's not gonna be them. It's just not. Like, I can assure you that those three characters are not going to die. Thank you. take it from someone who's seen Stranger Things 12 times. None of them are going to die. Thank you. And I literally, I talk about film, like I study it. It's like, I know how stuff works. They're not going to die. Don't worry. Now I have all of them watching 11. Okay, so the monster is clearly so big. Unless this is two different monsters, or the shadow monster kind of like being weird with like claws and stuff, coming at it from two different sides of the cabin. That is insane. But 11's being a boss and holding them both off while everyone just watched helplessly. This is amazing shot of Hopper and Bruce fighting in front of, oh, that's gonna be epic. It looks like Lucas with a slingshot. That shot looked like Star Wars, like Luke and Vader. Max crying, I think over Billy, but like I can only assume it's over Billy, but that's heartbreaking. Sadie's doing an amazing job with her acting in this trailer. Billy looking absolutely possessed the way that Will was at the end of season 2. Will touching his neck again. Why is there a car in the middle of the mall? Is it like one of those sell me things? And then everyone's looking around. Oh no. My laptop died. My laptop is now on the charger and we can continue. Okay. Now we have Max and Mike. They're in the mall in the food court facing their biggest threat yet. They're all looking up, which has me very curious. Are the helicopters coming in? Is the shadow monster who's flying in through the ceiling? There's so many questions, guys, but at the same time, there's so many questions about what is happening with the antagonist and about that. But there's not as many questions about like what the series is about, because clearly we know what it's about now, but like the real question is what the heck is happening. And I talked about this in my last in my trailer reaction for this, but like I do not see how they can resolve this all in one season. It just really feels like this is going to leak over into season 4. I just really feel that way. So, which could or could not be the last season. It has yet to be confirmed. Originally, they've always said it's going to go 4 or 5 seasons. And I think that's a very healthy amount. I don't ever want it to end, but obviously it should at some point. But I don't know. It's hard to tell. The Scoop Squad, they're all here. They're all ready for battle. You know, well, they're not ready, but... And then the Starcourt lights go out. That's the interesting thing is, though, only the Starcourt lights go out, not any other buildings around it. So maybe that lab thing is in the Starcourt. Or maybe it's... Obviously, we know that the Upside Down and the monsters that go with it have a way of manipulating the lighting and making it flicker and all of that. So... It doesn't need to be any buildings around it at the same time. Oh, they're right in front of Scoops Ahoy, I'm pretty sure. Or Burger King. I love this. I love that they're hiding behind this beat-up car, which they might have even just driven right into the building. Or there was a big fight and it got beat up and it was one of those, like, display cars, as I said earlier. We have Lucas and Nancy and Jonathan and Will. And I love the fact that Jonathan and Will are, like, together in the action, if that makes sense, because obviously Will was missing in season 1 and then Will was possessed and unconscious during the climax in season 2, and so it's fun to see them like at battle together. It's fun to see Will at battle with the rest of them, you know, like he's finally not the victim, or at least not entirely the victim, and so he can be in the action, he can be part of the fun, like the like group action shots, like he can be part of that, and I'm proud of him and it's great. Other parts of the mess that he's going through aside, but it's interesting. It's very interesting, and I'm excited. And the way they have them all hiding, it reminds me a lot of the raptor scene from Jurassic Park. They're hiding too, looking terrified. Great acting. And this is, oh, look at all the nuts in the background. This is when we have Dustin over the walkie-talkie saying code red, code red, code red, and this is when I think they're looking down on the thing, as I said before. I feel like that walkie-talkie is gonna meet its end, and that's really sad because that's a nice walkie-talkie. And then we have a roar and the final credits. Very, very, very interesting stuff, guys. It comes out on July 4th, my 20th birthday. How many of you guys are going to be getting up or not going to bed in order to watch this? What time does it drop in your country or in your part of the country? I live on the East Coast of the US, and therefore it will be dropping at 3 a.m. my time, which is an awful time, but I'll be going to bed very early and then getting up in order to watch it. And my friend will be over, and hopefully she doesn't get annoyed with how much I'll be freaking out. I'm very, very, very excited to see this new season of Stranger Things. It's going to be very exciting. I definitely am going to be making some videos surrounding this before it comes out, like some of the ones I mentioned in this video. I'm very excited to review it. I will be doing maybe I'll do a non-spoiler and a spoiler review. I'm not sure, because I'd have to be filming these things on my birthday, which kind of sucks. After staying up all night to watch it, we'll see how this goes. But I'm committed, you know? And I really, 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 really want to get a stronger fan base in my subscribers for Stranger Things, because this is obviously above Marvel, above Star Wars, above everything, my favorite thing. And so I'd love to talk about it more, and therefore I'd love to have a bigger audience for it. That's just, yep, putting that out there. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see. Obviously this was the final trailer. Are you excited by it? Are you disappointed by it? Is there anything I pointed out that you didn't see? Is there anything I didn't see that you noticed? Hopefully not, because you're watching this, and hopefully I was able to provide more information than you already had. Hopefully this shot by shot actually is shorter than my last one, which is great. Hopefully that means it'll take less time to edit. But it's very exciting, and I am highly looking forward to this new season of Stranger Things. I can't believe we're already on the 3rd season. Feels like I have been with this show for so long, but it's gone by so fast, and this wait has been painful, but it's gone by so fast, and I'm so excited. So excited for this final season. So let me know in the comments down below, is there anything in this final season of Stranger Things that you really, really want to see or not see? Do you think someone's going to die? Do you think, if anyone's going to die, it's going to be Billy. But then again, things get predictable and then unpredictable, and you never know what's going to happen. So we'll see. But I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to predict. But I guess, I mean, it's really close. Like it's so soon, guys. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So again, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Subscribe if you want to see more of my coverage from all the things I just talked about in this video, and just more coverage of Stranger Things going forward, because there will be a lot of it. And give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and if you liked the trailer. So until I see you guys again, have a good day, everyone. Bye.